Okay, hi everyone. Let's just wait for more people to join. Mariah Carey. Oh, Mariah Carey is here. Okay. Yes, today we are doing 1200 grammar and vocabulary practice. It's the ebook that is available now on our website. So if you're interested in purchasing, feel free to comment or ask any questions with regards to the ebook or the grammar questions. Okay, so let's just wait for others to join first before we continue. Okay, so we will start off with the grammar section first, the grammar MCQ section. Okay, so looking at this grammar MCQ and grammar close for the practice, let's look at question 1 together. Okay, much to Mrs. Tan's disappointment, her students had performed blank her expectations in the test. Okay, perform blank her expectations. Right, so for this question over here, expectations, what preposition should we use for this question? For disappointment, right? So what would the answer be for this question over here? Question number 1. Okay, so expectations, this is a pretty common phrase, right? This comes along together when we are saying that performing above or blank her expectations. Okay, so Mrs. Tan was disappointed. This means that they didn't perform well, right? Not as expected. Okay, so it definitely isn't over. It didn't exceed her expectations or perform above her expectations, right? Within means that it is within her expectations. She expected it to happen. Expected, so not much disappointment as we are already prepared for it. Okay, and for under, so is it under or is it below? Is it under or is it below expectations? Okay, so let's just take some time to think whether it is option number 3 or option number 4. Okay, we just take some time to think about whether the answer will be option number 3 or option number 4. Okay, so what is the correct answer in this question over here? Right, anyone has any clue or any idea what the answer will be for this question over here? Right, question number 1. Okay, anyone wants to try answering? Right, or if you are interested in purchasing this ebook, you can actually head to our link in bio. You can head to our main TikTok page and head to our link in bio and click on it, and you'll be directed to an ebook store via an app icon. Right, I can show you later if anyone is interested in it. Okay, so for question number 1, what would the answer be? Is it option number 3? Is it under expectations or below her expectations? Right, is it under her expectations or is it below her expectations? Right, any idea which answer will it be for question 1? We have eliminated 2 of the options in this question already. Right, so we are left with options 3 and 4. So anyone wants to try answering can feel free to comment down below. Okay, if you want to try answering, you can feel free to comment down below and let me know your answer, right? And we'll proceed with the explanations of the answer after this. Okay, so why is the answer number 4, right? Why is it below expectations and is it not under expectations? Okay, however, below expectations is the correct phrase that we use. Usually, we use under for underperforming. Okay, so this is not really why we use underperforming instead of under expectations. Okay, question number 2. They will come to our party blank. Ask Sarah. Okay, so they will, right? This is a question tag. Okay, so it means that it's pretty straightforward. They have given us the keyword over here, which is will, right? So which of the 4 options is the correct answer for question number 2? Okay, which of the 4 options is the correct answer for question number 2? Okay, whimsical lean, sorry. Answer is option number 2, won't. Yes, that is correct. Okay, that is correct because won't is will not. Right? So don't means do not and didn't means did not and wouldn't means would not. Okay, so because the answer, the clue that they gave us is will, it will translate into won't they because this is positive and we are looking for the negative one over here. Opposite, yes, that's right. Okay, let's look at question number 3. The class of students blank patiently right now for their teacher to arrive. Right now. Okay, this means currently. Okay, class of students. This is a collective noun. Okay, class of students is a collective noun. So what would the answer be for question number 3? Okay, class of students. So what would the answer be for question number 3? Okay, Whimsicaline says 3 is waiting. Okay, so any idea why your answer is option number 3? Okay, because right now, right, waiting patiently right now, ongoing, and class of students, right? So this is one class only. We categorize it as a singular noun. Okay, so is waiting for the teacher to arrive. Next question. Henry, as well as Martin, blank at the park every Sunday. Okay, this means that it is present tense. And we look at this is the additional information because of the two commas, right? So we can ignore as well as Martin. So yes, Henry singular, we only focus on Henry. That's why the answer is option number 2. Cycles at the park every Sunday. Okay, cycles at the park. Question 5. How blank luggage will you be bringing for our holiday? Mr. Tan asked his wife. Okay, so this question is slightly trickier, right? Any idea what answer it would be for question number 5? Okay, how blank luggage will you be bringing for our holiday? Okay, is luggage countable? Yes, it is countable, right? Okay, so since luggage is countable, what would the answer be? Right, luggage. The one with 4 wheels and a handle. Okay, so what would the answer be? How blank luggage? Eternal dreams. Oh my god. Hi, welcome to our live. Okay, question number 5. So how blank luggage will you be bringing for our holiday? Eternal dreams. I think I have recalled your past user. I remember it starts with moon, right? Okay, option number 4. How many luggage? That is correct. Okay, because it's countable and we are asking a question. So how many does it have? Okay, I know it is not moonlight. It is probably moon something, I remember. Or is it something moon? I cannot really remember the second half of your user. Your WA2 is Compo Dino 14256. Hello. Oh, WA2 is composition. So how is your preparation going? You are supposed to do your revision properly before your exams, right? Okay, Compo actually requires good grammar foundations as well. So with like your grammar knowledge being there, it's easier to form sentences with less grammatical errors. 5 letters, eternal dreams, moon something. Moonlight, light is five letters as well. Okay, it's a little bit tricky. Do you have any hints? Okay. And looking at question number 6, Mary delivered the parcel to Mr. Teo. It's not the Mr. Teo, it's to Mr. Teo. Blank since her mother could not. Okay, Mary. Is Mary a girl or a boy? Okay, Mary should be a girl's name. Okay, so I'll put it as girl. And itself, myself, herself, with. So is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Okay, option number 3, herself. Yes, that's correct because Mary is a person, right? You cannot say itself. That is meant more for animals or objects. And myself, you may not be married, right? So the answer is option number 3. Okay, moving on to question number 7. We watched our friends blank in the school concert last week. Okay, we watched our friends. Okay, so verb noun verb, right? So what is the answer? Right, this is part of the 5 senses. Okay, so we watch our friends. Right, we are looking at the word with a base form. Okay, question 7. What would the answer be? 1. Very good, Eternal Dreams. Right. Dance in the school concert last week. Eternal Dreams, you need to drop more hints instead of just 5 letters, right? You need to give me the alphabet that the word starts with for me to recall it better. Right. So, question 8. Barry Blanket was ill, went to the vet yesterday. Moon something. I know it's moon something. What's the first word that starts the other half of your user? Moon. I can't really recall. Is it moon face? There's a moon with a letter behind it. Oh, moon something. Also, I am unable to guess that letter. Moon. Okay, I really can't remember. Right, but let's look at question number 8 first. Okay, so cat was ill, right? The cat belongs to Barry. Okay, so Barry is the subject. Eternal Dreams. Okay, I'll try. Moon. Is it K? Right, I only can remember the first half of it. I cannot remember the last letter. It's not K. Moon. It's close. Okay. Oh my. Close as in like it's close in alphabetical order or close in the keyboard range. Okay, but okay, this cat belongs to Barry. So since the cat belongs to Barry, what would the answer be? Okay, if it's close, maybe it's moon H. No, maybe it's not H. A not so common letter. Moon X. Oh yes, I remember now. It's Moon X, right? I'm pretty sure it's Moon X. Yes, okay, finally. I've solved the riddle after several weeks. Yes. Thank you for the hints as well. Okay. Right, let's look at question number 8. Barry blank cat was ill. Okay, the cat belongs to Barry, right? So we cannot use whom because whom is usually used to represent that this has to be a noun as well. Whom he, whom she. So cat is wrong, so we cannot use whom. Okay? Yes, the correct answer is option number 4. Whose cat was ill went to the vet yesterday. Okay, question number 9. Visiting the dentist once every 6 months, blank important for good oral health, father said. Okay, visiting the dentist once every 6 months. This means that it is frequent and present tense, right? So every 6 months you have to go, so it's ongoing, continuous, all the way in the future as well. And the visit, we are referring to the visit, the act of visiting. Okay, this has to be singular. Okay, so the answer will be option number 1. Very good. Is important for good oral health. Question number 10. Blank it rains heavily. We will proceed with the camping trip. Okay, we will proceed with the camping trip. Blank it rains heavily. Unless Nito, yes, that is correct. Okay, for question number 10, the correct answer will be option number 2. Okay. Sorry.
So does you are. I wish I had that much time.
Okay, let's look at the next segment. Sorry, Eternal Dreams. Teacher Mitsuko and I just cracked up. Okay, yes. Let's look at the grammar close segment over here. Wow, yes. Okay, so most of Bird's Paradise residents have settled in after their big move to their new home at Mandai Wildlife Reserve. The new bird park opened on 8th May and operates blank 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Okay, so 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, so what would this word be? Okay, operating from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Very good. Okay, so the answer will be letter H. Okay, moving on to question 12. There are free shuttle services within the park, blank the convenience of visitors. Okay, blank the convenience of visitors. Okay, question 12. What would the answer be? For the convenience. Yes, okay, that is correct. Okay, so for the convenience of the visitors, there are free shuttle services. Moving on to question 13. Visitors can look forward blank themed walk-through aviaries where they can get up close blank personal with the birds. Okay, look forward something. Okay, looking forward. This is a very common phrase, 3 words that we use together. So look forward to. Okay, themed walk-through aviaries where they can get up close, blank personal with the birds. Okay, up close, blank personal. Okay, so what would the answer be? Okay, up close, blank personal. Okay, for question number 14, right? Up close and personal. Very good. Yes, that's correct, Eternal Dreams. Right, up close and personal. So we are looking for this connector to connect these two information together, right? Getting up close and getting personal. Okay, so we are linking them. The answer is B. There are blank play areas for children, including 1 blank trampolines. Okay, we are adding on to the information that they gave. So there are blank play areas. Okay, there are blank. I'm guessing at this point, Eternal Dreams, sometimes it's good to make smart guesses, right? However, if you are really unsure, we can actually skip the question first, then we come back to the blank later on. But you have to remember to come back to the blank and fill in the blanks, right? So that you don't lose lose marks randomly, right? You have to remember not to make these careless mistakes as well. So there are also play areas, that is correct. Okay, also play areas for children, including 1 blank trampolines. Hello, Iguana. Oh my goodness. Hi. Welcome. There are also play areas for children, including 1 with. Yes, okay, 1 with trampolines is correct. Very good. Right, whether it's a guess or not, that's a very good answer as well, Eternal Dreams. Yes, hello, Iguana. Hi, I see the enthusiasm in your entrance, your grand entrance to the live session. Yes, Iguana with 2 lizards. Right, all of you can think of really interesting usernames. Right. Okay, so let's look at the next question over here. Some birds are friendly and may land blank visitors. Okay, may land blank visitors. Okay, the birds will actually land blank visitors. Usually when you want to land, it has to be landing on a surface. Yes, okay, I'm unable to give the answer away by giving any examples, so it's a pretty straightforward question as well. Okay, very good job. So they are encouraged to exercise caution, blank interacting with the birds. Can you write down my name if you can see my chat and say hit back cause I mute the volume? Oh, I see. Hi, Iguana. Okay, let me try drawing the lizard. Hello. Hey, they are encouraged to exercise caution, blank interacting with the birds. Okay, so blank interacting with the birds. Hey, Iguana, hello. Okay, Eternal Dream says while. Okay, while interacting with the birds is right. Where is the word while? Which option is it, Eternal Dreams? Yes, okay. Please don't give answers that are out of the options. Okay, so for question 18, the answer is actually when interacting with the birds. During keeper talk sessions, flocks, blank macaws, penguins, and songbirds will be featured while the keepers share more about the birds. Okay, flocks, blank macaws. Okay, Eternal Dreams. Oh, yes, that's a correction, right? Yes, flocks of macaws. That is right, because this is the preposition that we usually use alongside with the word flocks. Okay, so after a day of walking around the park, visitors can take a rest and satisfy their hunger at blank of the 7 food and beverage outlets. Okay, at blank of the 7 food and beverage outlets. Okay, so take a rest and satisfy their hunger at blank of the 7 food and beverage outlets. Do you think we can go for all of them or only one of them? Yes, okay. So don't be tricked by this question. It is actually any, right? Some students may actually put this as F, each, right? However, it cannot be the answer each because if you go to each of the 7 food and beverage outlets, you'll be eating 7 meals or eating too much already. I think we did this practice before. Eternal Dreams, yes, it's a good recap, right? Okay, so actually this set of practice questions is repeating because some of the viewers actually have never done this practice before. So I'm glad you actually remember how to do the answer, right? Even though you may be unsure, at times, but I'm glad you can still remember all the correct answer from the previous practice. Means that you learned something already. Okay, so now we move on to the vocabulary. Right, Eternal Dreams. I want to make sure that you can get all of these correct as well. Okay, let's look at question 21. Larry ended up blank the blame for the mistake as no one else stepped forward to tell the truth. You don't remember. You see, you did this practice before, but you can only vaguely remember some of the answers, right? So it's always good for us to recap and revise the things that we have actually done before. Instead of doing new practices, sometimes it's good to look back at our old practices to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes as what we have done before. Okay, so for question 21, yes, shouldering the blame is correct. Okay, he ended up shouldering the blame for the mistake as no one else stepped forward to tell the truth. Shouldering the blame. Question 22. We cheered wildly without blank when it was announced that our school had won the track and field championship. Okay, cheering wildly without something, without holding back, right? Okay, without holding back. Okay, is the answer without resistance. Okay, for resistance, usually it's used when there is someone like an opposition, right? So with resistance and force. So for this case, cheering, there's no one stopping you from cheering. So it cannot really be option number 4. It is also not without regulation. You do not need to regulate your cheering. Okay, so I give you 2 options. Is it restraint or is it restriction? Okay, is it restraint or is it restriction? Okay, for this question over here. IDK, Eternal Dreams, it's time to make a smart guess because What if you encounter this question in the exam? Yes, okay. 1 is actually the correct answer. Okay, let's explain why option number 1, because restraint is usually used when there is self-control, right? So restraint refers more of self-control or maybe holding back your behavior, right? So self-control. And you're holding back your behavior. Okay, restriction usually would mean to be limit. Okay, so when you have a screen time restriction by your parents, right, on your mobile devices, that is when you have restricted period of time to use your phones. Okay, so when certain apps are restricted for you to use, they are limited by the parental control, right? Regulation. So what does regulation mean? It means to be more formal and related to rules or laws. Okay, and resistance would mean to oppose something, right? Okay, political resistance. So the correct answer is option number 1. Moving forward to question 23, being highly blank. Oscar is always able to point out the slightest change in his friend's appearance. Okay, highly blank. Question 23, what would the answer be? Okay, being highly something. Oscar is always able to point out the slightest change. Okay, how do I address this? Is this a peekaboo emoji? Yes. Okay. Option number 3. How about eternal dreams? Okay, being highly observant, right? Because the hint over here is point out the slightest change, right? So even some people are unable to point out these changes or notice these little itty bitty details. So for question 23, the answer is option number 3, observant. Okay, being highly observant, Oscar is always able to point out the slightest change in his friend's appearance. Is this standard? What do you mean? What do you mean by standard? This is for upper primary. Okay, so for P5 and P6 who are preparing for your PSLE, this is the PSLE MCQ questions that are likely to come out for your revision. Okay, they are quite similar. There are a lot of grammar and vocabulary terms that you should be able to understand or recognize in the trends when you're doing this paper. Oh, you are going for PSLE, I see. So this is definitely going to be very helpful for you. Okay, so you can try answering it together. It's a way of revision as well, right? So Natalie blanked her assignment late. Okay, and received a failing grade as a consequence. Okay, so these 4 phrases, these are called phrasal verbs. Okay, phrasal verbs. So phrasal verbs, right? So what are the meanings of these words over here? Wow, eternal dreams, turn in. Okay, so I have one answer over here. How about the peekaboo? Okay, what is the next? What is your answer? Right, before we start going through the meanings of the respective words. Okay, so let's see. 2, turned up. Okay, turn in to submit, or is it turn up? Okay, let's start with explaining all the meanings of the phrasal verbs over here. Okay, let's start with number 4. Okay, turn down. This means to reject something, right? Turning down. So I turned down the invitation to her birthday party. I rejected her invitation. Okay, turn down means to reject. How about turn out? Okay, does anyone know what turn out means? So it turned out to be a great day after all, right? So turn out means the outcome. Okay, the outcome or the result. Okay, it turned out to be fine. Okay, oh, the consequences. Okay, never mind. Yes. Okay, so it turned out to be not as bad as I expected, right? So when I ask you, oh, how was your exam? Oh, it turns out to be pretty difficult, right? That's the outcome of it because you didn't know. Turn up. Okay, what does turn up mean? Turn up means to arrive or reach. Okay, so I turn up at the birthday party 10 minutes late. Okay, so means that I reach or arrive the birthday party 10 minutes late. And turn in means to submit. Okay, so in this case, the answer for question number 24 is option number 1. Yes, okay, submitted her assignment. So usually by the process of elimination, you may actually wind down to options number 1 or 2, right? So it's good for you to actually do more revision to revise and, understand the meanings of certain phrases so you can keep it in mind. Okay, I'm glad you learned something new, right? Question 25. She gazed blank at the music box on display, which she knew she could not afford, right? So she really wants it, but she cannot afford it. Okay, so this means that she really wants it. Okay, because she gazed. Gaze means that she's looking at it already, right? So which adverb do we use? Closely. Okay, how about eternal dreams? Okay, is your answer the same as peekaboo? Right, is it closely as well? Or is it another answer? Okay, let's see. 3. Okay, so yes, the answer is actually longingly. Okay, however, what does longingly mean? Okay, gazing longingly. Does it mean it's very long? You gaze at it very long? What is the meaning? No, it doesn't mean that you gaze at it for a very long time. Eternal dreams. That's not the meaning. It's not outrightly translated as I look at it from a far distance or something. No, that's not the right meaning or expression. Okay, so longingly actually means to look with a deep desire. Okay, like hoping that you want it. Okay, so usually you can say that, oh, the little girl gazed longingly at the pet dog in the pet shop because she really, really yearns for it. She really desires to have the little pet dog, right? So looking at it longingly. Okay, closely means to be very close. So her eyes were probably glued to the music box already. But in this case, because she really knew that she could not afford it, the more appropriate answer will be option number 3. Okay, needily, she doesn't really need the music box, it's more of a want. Okay, and curiously doesn't really fit in the context because she's not very curious about it, she already wants it. Okay, peekaboo in foundation year is fine. Okay, it's okay to be in that. It is good that you are trying to improve and practice along with our live session as well, right? You can just keep doing the practices together and slowly you'll learn some new words, new grammar rules, and you'll improve, right? And get ready and prepared for your PSLE. Okay, so don't worry about it, right? As long as you do practices along, ask questions along the way if you have, right? I'll answer any questions that you have as long as it's related to this, right? So let's do vocabulary close together. Hey, standing in the canteen, Susie spotted her classmate Amy. Mrs. Goh, their form teacher, had introduced her to the class that morning. Amy looked lost and seemed hesitant of what to do. Susie gave a little smile of understanding as she had been in the same situation before and decided to approach Amy. Hi Amy, do you need any help? Susie asked. Amy's face lit up and she nodded. If you're wondering what to eat, let me recommend the noodles from the Japanese food stall. Not only is it tasty, it is also economical at $2 a bowl. In addition, the stall owner dishes out the portion liberally, and large serving will keep you full till lunchtime. Amy grinned and thanked Susie for her help. Okay, let's look at question 26 now. We are looking at the word hesitant of what to do. Okay, hesitant means that you are very unsure, right? So if you are very unsure, which of the 4 options is the correct answer to replace the word hesitant? Okay, insecure, unaware, impatient, or uncertain. Yes, okay, uncertain is correct. Okay, because you're very unsure of what is going to happen, right? Because you're in a new surrounding, in a new school. Okay, moving on to question 27. Susie gave a little smile of understanding. Okay, smile of understanding. Do you do compo? Yes, we do have composition live sessions for vocabulary sometimes, right? So you really have to stay tuned and look at our TikTok live schedule to see whether like when is the certain topics that you want to join the live sessions at as well. Okay, eternal dreams. 1. Empathy. Understanding. Eternal dreams. What does empathy mean? Okay, question 27. Yes, that is correct. But do you know the meaning of empathy? Okay. To put what? To put yourself in one's shoes. Yes, very, very good. Okay, I'm glad that you remember. Empathy means to put yourself in someone's shoes. So what does that mean? That means to understand someone in their place, right, in their position. When you put yourself in their shoes, right, you are understanding from their point of view, from their perspective as well. Okay, so this means to put yourself in one's shoes. Okay, question 28. Hi Amy, do you need help? Susie asked. Amy's face lit up and she nodded. Hey, lit up. Okay, question 28, lit up. So what is the answer over here? Question 28. Amy's face lit up. Okay, brighten. Very good. Okay, option number 4, brighten. Okay, next question. Not only is it tasty, it is also economical at $2 a bowl. Right, economical. Okay, economical. Let's write it down. What does economical mean? Have you ever eaten economical bee-hoon or economical rice? Right, what does the word mean by being economical? Right, is it very expensive? Right, no, because it is affordable. Yes, still $7.99, that is correct. Affordable, correct. Okay, when something is affordable, $2 a bowl, that's really cheap, right? In this economy, sometimes people can sell bowls of noodles for up to maybe $20-$30 already in restaurants, right? So for it being $2 is very affordable. The stall owner dishes out the portion liberally, and the large serving will keep you full till lunchtime. This is the hint, right? If you are unable to get the meaning of what liberally means, right, it actually means that, right, you can look at the sentence afterwards. It's a large serving for $2. So, if it is liberally, what does the answer reflect? Okay, you said it again. Eternal dreams, what did I say? Okay, generously. Yes, that is the correct answer that we are looking at because it is the large serving. Okay, so the answer will be option number 4. Nothing. Oh no. Why do you make it sound so mysterious now? Okay, let's look at question number 1 for the next grammar practice over here. Okay, mother blank cookies all morning for the charity drive. It's just to say the same thing you said last time. Yes, eternal dreams, I'm re-explaining this for the new viewers in these live sessions as well, okay? With almost exactly the same word, yes. Okay, wow, you still remember it. Right, I'm actually surprised by your super memory. Okay, all morning. Okay, Peekaboo says that answer is number 3, has been baking. Very good. Okay, so has been baking is correct because it's present continuous, right? Present tense and it's continuous. Mother is singular. Okay, so it cannot be have been baking. And all morning is still ongoing, so the whole morning she has been baking this thing continuously non-stop. So the answer is option number 3. Question 2. Pet will travel to China. Blank. Okay, will travel. This is negative. Okay, the honored one, welcome back. The honored one. Okay, so option number 2, won't she? Very good, straightforward question. So won't she? This is the meaning of will not. Alright, so because we are looking at the negative one, so we will have to answer it as option number 2. Question number 3. Neither Peter nor his classmates blanked the project that was due yesterday. Okay, neither Peter nor his classmates. Okay, we look at the second subject. Okay, so we ignore this, right? So because classmates is plural, therefore the answer will be option number 2. Have completed. Okay, have completed. Okay, if I switch it up as neither the boys nor Peter. Okay, so what will happen to this blank instead? Then 1. Okay, very good. Because we are only focusing on the second subject. Okay, I'm glad that you understand this grammar rule already. Yes, why is it not option number 1? Because classmates is plural. Okay, classmates is plural. So if it is only Peter at the second subject, this will then be has instead of have, because Peter is singular. Okay, very good. So moving on to question number 4. Harry is going blank a difficult time and needs our help. Okay, this is a very common phrase, right? Going blank a difficult time. English just gone more confusing. Yes, with all the tenses and the things you have to take note of, whether it's singular or plural, right? You have to look through these keywords in the questions to actually figure out the correct answer. Okay, going through a difficult time, very straightforward. Okay, moving on to question number 5. Larry will join us for the movie. Blank, he has to attend his enrichment class. Okay, so he will join us. Blank, he has to attend the enrichment class. I like how you say gone instead of God. Okay, eternal dreams, thank you. Unless, okay, honored one says it's unless. Peekaboo says it's option number 4, despite he has to attend. Okay, so what is the correct answer? How about eternal dreams? What does eternal dreams think the answer for question number 5 is? Okay, do you agree that it is option 3 or option number 4? It's 3. Yes. Okay, eternal dreams. Continue explaining. Because it's a condition. What is the condition? Okay, I see your train of thoughts is going in the correct direction. Let me give you a help. Alright, the answer is unless. Okay, what can we replace unless for? Unless can be replaced with if not, right? Or if he does not. Okay, so if he does not have to attend his enrichment class. So if you put unless in this condition, you are able to see the contrast between these two. There's a contrast with these two sentences. Okay, we cannot use if because this doesn't make sense. If he has to attend enrichment class, how is he able to join us for the movie? Okay, so this is definitely eliminated. Moving on to option 2. Since he has to attend, this makes it very weird, right? He joined us for the movie since he has to attend the enrichment. We see no link between these two answers. Since will mean more of because. Okay, the cause of it. Okay, so this doesn't make sense. It will be eliminated. It was despite second part would have to be having to attend his enrichment class. The honor one, yes, that is the correct explanation. Right? It requires a noun, right? It requires a noun or a verb plus ing. Okay, in this case, you mean having to attend, right? Despite having to attend will be the correct context for us to use despite. Eternal dreams. Okay, thank you for spelling out the explanation. Not the explanation, the pronunciation. Okay? Verbing. Verbing. Okay, do I have to change the color for this? Okay, this is actually plus. It's a plus sign, it's not a T. Okay? Plus. Yes. Okay, so moving on to question number 6. While Ali was admiring the scenery, a pickpocket blanked his wallet. Oh no. Right, so what is the tense for this question over here? Question 6. Okay, question number 6. While Ali was admiring the scenery, a pickpocket did something to him. 1 or 3? In the exam, if you answer it with a choice, if you answer 1 or 3, it will be marked as wrong because you cannot let the teacher choose your answer, right? So you have to decide on the final answer. Okay, so is it 1 or is it number 3? Okay, I'll give you some time. The rest of you can have some time to think through the question as well, right? Is it option number 1 or is it option number 3? Okay, Eternal Dreams, I think 1. How about Peekaboo and the Honored One? And maybe still 799? Right, if you're still here, you want to try answering this question. This is actually a pretty commonly seen question for prelims and PSLE, so it's actually quite good to try it out, and maybe we'll go through the explanations together later on. I think 1. Okay, only got one person answering for this question. The rest of you. Oh, Eternal Dreams, yes. That is my feeling, right? You have expressed my feeling very well in the emoji form. Okay, so looking at this question, right? A pickpocket blanked his wallet. So while he was admiring, this means that it is in the past continuous tense. Okay, past continuous. Okay, so we use simple past tense over here. Okay, simple past tense. So, okay, why isn't it option 2, 3, or 4? Option number 2 is present perfect tense. Okay, present perfect. Option 3 is past perfect. And was stolen will be a passive voice, right? Was stolen, a pickpocket was stolen his wallet. That's a little weird. Wow. Fat cat passed your O-levels with 11 points. No need to think about this. That's good, right? You have to think about your other studies instead, your further studies problems, right? Instead of PSLE questions. But it's good that you actually nailed down your foundations, right? So Eternal Dreams, yay, I knew it. Yes, the answer is option number 1. So this doesn't make sense, and we cannot use the perfect forms for question number 6. Okay, question 7. I take my vitamins daily to prevent myself from blank a cold. Okay, from blank a cold, right? So what is the answer for this question over here? Okay, most of you will actually give me the explanation as it being like how the sentence makes sense when I put this as the answer. But have you ever thought of the rule or why it makes sense to actually use option number 3 as the answer? Okay. Okay, so because of the word prevent, right? Prevent someone from a gerund, right? So the answer is actually verb plus ing. is the key. Prevent is the key. Yes, okay. I like the confidence in you, Eternal Dreams. Okay, so let's go on to question number 8. Jay was in the laboratory when he saw his classmates blank the beaker. Okay, when he saw his classmates blank the beaker. So he saw, verb, noun, verb. Okay, so he saw his classmate do something. This is 5 senses. Once again, we see the 5 senses question. We know that the answer will be the base form. Okay, so what is base form once again? Base form means no S, no ED, no ING. Okay, so the answer will be option number 1, break the beaker. Okay, because saw is already in past tense, you don't need a double past tense, right? So when he saw his classmate do something, it will be in the base form instead of the past tense form. Okay, so please keep this in mind. When he saw, he heard, right? He watched, he noticed, right? So these actually are very important clues to us to see that, oh, this question, I have to use the base form as the answer. Okay, why not broke? Yes, okay, so because, right, broke is in simple past tense, and we are looking for the base form in this context over here. So saw has already tell us that the answer is in past tense, so we don't need it to be repeated, right? Okay, it doesn't follow the rule. I don't know what is 5 senses. Okay, peekaboo. Eternal Dreams, do you want to help to type it out what 5 senses are? Right? What are your 5 senses? What are your 5 senses? Can you list it out for me? The 5 things. Right, 5 senses. Touch, okay. Touch. Touch. Hear. See. Taste. And smell. Okay, so these are your 5 senses, right? And usually what they will often test is hear and see. Okay, so I noticed, I watched, I saw, right? I heard something. These are the commonly tested words that actually require you to take note of when the base form appears afterwards. Okay, question number 9. Mary's close group of friends blank for her at the courtyard just now. Just now, group of friends, right? So this group of friends is singular. Okay, it's to trick you because the group is actually one group only, right? It's not groups of friends, it's only one group. So the answer will be option number 3. Yes, very good. Okay, both of you have gotten it correct. Was waiting. Straightforward. Question 10. Peter did not have blank homework today. He only had to finish one piece of math worksheet. Okay, he did not have blank homework. Homework, is this countable or uncountable? Is homework countable or uncountable? Do you think homework is countable or is it uncountable? Eternal Dreams, homework is countable. Okay, in this context, right? Homework is actually uncountable. What is countable is your number of worksheets and practices that you have, right? Countable ones are worksheets, practice papers, practices, or papers that you have to write, or compositions, right? Okay, let me write down compositions. Okay, so these are the types of homeworks that are countable. Okay, so it is why homework is considered to be uncountable. It's just like time, money, right? These things are all uncountable. Your fingers are countable, yes. Everyone's fingers are countable. So question number 10, what would the answer be? Right, since we know that it's uncountable, the answer is actually number 3, did not have much homework. Okay, he only had to finish one piece of worksheet, right? So that's not a lot. That's only one piece. Okay, so answer is option number 3. Very good. Moving on to the last practice for today, right? We are doing this grammar close over here. So, while South America blank the largest rainforest in the world, known as the Amazon, our part of the world is also home blank a similar habitat. English just making random rules. Eternal Dreams is not really random, right? It's a spoken and written language, right? So these rules are formed so that everyone is able to communicate properly and swiftly as well, right? So it's important to lay your foundations strong for this language over here so that it helps you in the future. No, why are you sad? Right, you should be happy. You actually got almost all the questions correct. Okay, let's look at question 11 for this practice over here. So, while South America blank the largest rainforest in the world, right? What is the answer? Okay, it owns, right? It has. Oh, it is. Okay, South America is a continent, right? It's in America, so it has the rainforest. Instead of it being the largest rainforest, it actually contains the rainforest. Okay, so the answer is actually F instead of H. Okay, so it has the largest rainforest known as the Amazon. Our part of the world is also home blank a similar habitat. It's also home. Help, Eternal Dreams. Okay. It's also home to. Yes. Okay, very good. Peekaboo. Right, home to a similar habitat. In fact, the forests of Malaya have something even the Amazon blank not. Tigers. Okay, even the Amazon blank not. They have something even the Amazon blank not. Right, so what is the answer over here? They have something even Amazon not. Eternal Dreams, what do you mean? Right, something not. They own something. They do have something. Even they do not, right? So the answer is actually does not. Okay, they have something that even the Amazon does not. Around the world, about 97% of the world's tigers were lost during the last century. What is a century? Okay, what is a century? How many years is a century? 10 years. Are you sure a century is only 10 years? Are you sure a century is only 10 years? 20 years? Are you sure it's 20 years? A century. Hello. Misclick. So is it 10, 100 or 20? 100, yes. Okay, last century is 100 years. What is 10 years? What is 10 years called as? Oh. Well, it happened yesterday, I think. Yeah.
Actually, it's 3:57, so. Your life is supposed to end what time? 4. Let's go live and say goodbye to them. Mhm. Okay. Good person.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back. Wait, hello. Sorry for the technical glitch where it jumped out and ended the live. Okay, hello. Wow, Eternal Dreams, I'm sorry, it suddenly ended abruptly. Yes, welcome back. I'm so sorry. No, I didn't end it on purpose. It automatically stopped.
It's so weird. You go live and then you just talk and then cut it in the middle of that.
Yes. Right, it's TikTok that suddenly glitched the live out. Okay, so yes, and it's also 4 p.m. already. It's time for Teacher Yahweh's live. Right, is it Teacher Yahweh's live now? Okay, yes. It's time for Teacher Yahweh. They're finding your channel now. Who is finding my channel? Okay. No, okay, bye. Let me just send you a bye. The past participants. Oh, really? Who are the past participants? Oh, is it the peekaboo? It's just a guess. No, I don't think so.
You're finding your channel.
Okay, bye. Bye, Eternal Dreams. Thank you for joining the live. Right, I will still have a live in this week, right? Have live sessions. Can feel free to join and practice together as well. Hello, I'm at Clarissa's house. Oh,
Wow.
Charlene, wow. You're besties to the point that you have actually made it to her house, right? Okay. Hi, Charlene and Clarissa. You're actually this is the end of the live session now. Okay, stay tuned for Teacher Yahweh's live later on, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye.